This message will be made in English. Este mensaje será hecho en espagnol en un autre mensaje. Et ce message sera aussi fait en français dans un message à part. So let's start with English. Judgment Day can be somehow, well, some people think that Judgment Day, whether they're Muslim or Catholic or Christians or Jewish or whatever, anybody that thinks that there will be a Judgment Day normally has the image of the big guy with the white beard sitting on a throne and with his helper Jesus or somebody else next to him, and St. Peter or somebody else on the other side, and they're both like, oh yeah, real serious. And then he has a big balance, and in this he will put what you have done good and what you have done bad, and it will say if you're going to hell or whatever down there, or the bad place, or if you're going to heaven or whatever, the good place, or the Bahamas or wherever. Now, if this is true, no matter which religion you are, it's okay, you can believe that, and that's fine. I have my own beliefs, and that's okay. I do not necessarily think that there will be a guy with a big beard and the whole thing, but anyway, I have my own belief. But I thought, instead of waiting till it's over, how about checking out once in a while? Like, for example, when you make a house, when you build a house, you don't wait until you enter the key to check if it's working. Or if you go to school, you don't wait until graduation day to know if you were all right. You always have places to check in the meantime, until you're there. So, I have a little trick that has nothing to do with religion. So, whether you believe in religion or not, it doesn't make any difference. And it can be used as a complement to any religion. And I don't think that any god or prophet or whoever, even Buddha, wouldn't mind against this. And if he does, well, I don't care, just don't do it. Nobody has to do anything. Nobody has to believe what I say. And it's not a question of making you believe. It's just a question of sharing my personal trick. Scrap webbing, it's me. I have this little trick that I use. And I've been using it since the 27th of February 2017. And even though I skipped some days, I must say that so far it has helped me. Now, my Judgment Day is every day, which means that what I do before I go to bed at night, I take a mirror, this one for instance, and then I look at myself in this mirror and I ask myself, Jean-François, have you had a good day today? And then I have to answer myself in the mirror, this one or any other, that doesn't matter. Now if I say yes, without blinking or looking away, usually the answer is quite solid. Then I can ask myself, Jean-François, did you do some good things today? And if I can say yes, without blinking or looking away, that usually means it's pretty good. And then I can ask myself any questions I want. And I can answer myself in the mirror. Yes, I could do this without any mirror and just ask myself like this, but then I wouldn't see myself blinking or looking away. That is the little difference between doing it in the air and doing it in a mirror. Looking at myself and sustaining my look. Now, if, for example, one night I ask myself these questions and I blink when I answer, usually that means, well, for anybody that knows what is non-verbal, every woman know what is non-verbal. Guys know it too, but they tend to ignore it for some reason. But some guys do, but some guys usually like, they don't want to deal with this. Now, usually when you blink while you answer, it means you're lying. And if you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and you're blinking while you answer your own question, usually it means that you're lying to yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be the judge of yourself, of everything, because some people think, no, I cannot judge myself, it has to be God or whatever, or my mother or whoever. I do not put this away or in contradiction with what I'm saying right now. What I'm saying right now is a compliment. And usually if you do this before you ask your other person, whether it's your God or your mother or your father, there's a big chance that when you'll come up with them, you'll say what you have to say. Now if, for example, you blink or you look away when you answer yourself, well, some people might say, shh, you're in trouble. No, because I don't think that I'm perfect. I do make mistakes, I did many mistakes, and I still do, and I will until I die. I think that's the process of evolving, growing up, learning from your mistakes to stop doing them or changing your behavior or fixing them. And I don't think it's ever too late to fix a mistake or to say you're sorry. Now this takes usually a little bit of humility, and usually you better not mix pride with that. Now some people might say, oh, pride, he's talking about a sin. Forget about the sin part. Just think about the word pride. Pride is a word. It was a word before religion existed, and it still exists even though nobody or almost nobody believes in religion anymore. And pride normally doesn't get you anywhere, and it doesn't get you any good. Now, if you're too proud to admit that you're lying to yourself, you do have a problem, but use the mirror instead of facing the person that you're going to be lying to because of pride. And humility towards yourself is not a bad thing either. So, let's say I blink while I'm asking myself a question about my day. What I can do is sleep on it, and the next day find out what I can do to fix it, to repair. And of course, the first thing, once you realize that you made a mistake and that it hurt someone, is to apologize. It doesn't hurt, it's just words. And in French we have a saying, when you admit something, a mistake, you're half forgiven. I don't know exactly the saying in English, but you'll find out. Oh, you already know. So, to admit that you made a mistake is the first step. To recognize it for yourself. And then apologizing to the person that you hurt. That's the least you can do. Now, of course, you can stop at that. But also keep in mind that it's not because you're apologizing that the person is going to accept your apologies, especially if they don't feel that you're sincere. So usually what you have to do, and what I do, when I have to apologize, I come up with a solution or a repair mode or something that will fix what I did or did wrong. Now the person might tell you, I'm sorry, that won't cut it and I won't forgive you. But for you to acknowledge that you have made a mistake, that you are human and you can make mistakes, I think it's just a sign of intelligence, first. Now, second, to go to the second step where you apologize, it's really a good part of the job done. Then to propose or to suggest a way to fix it. We're on a good track. Then you have to do it. And once you've got the approval from the other person that what you want to do to repair your mistake will be what this person wants you to do or allows you to do it, you can do it, and then you validate, you double check to make sure that you have really fixed your mistake. And they might tell you, well, no, you have to do this and this too, but the point is to fix the thing, not to try to do it perfect the first time. You might do a mistake while repairing your mistake, and that's okay. It's to adapt with the situation, and eventually, one day, you'll be looking at yourself before you go to bed, and you'll ask yourself, did I fix my mistake? And if you can say yes without blinking or looking away, maybe you did. And like I said, it's never too late to admit you made a mistake. It's never too late to change your mind. A person that sticks to his mind, no matter the cost, no matter what, that's not really adapting, and that's not really taking into consideration the evolution of the situation. Churchill was supposed to have D-Day on a Thursday. He moved it to the following week. With that, he saved thousands of lives. Churchill, he's not a stupid man. And he contributed to the end of the war. And he changed his mind. And that was that implied thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. He saved lives. He didn't stick to his, and he was humble, and he didn't have pride. That's one example, but many people did it, and many people do, and I do it. I'm not perfect. Sometimes my pride takes over, but I'm intelligent enough to, once in a while, go like, Jean-François, forget it. Okay, you don't do it. Stop right there. Put it on the table, admit your fault, and fix it. And apologize. Acknowledge that you hurt somebody, and that you didn't mean to, but that's what you did, and you admit it. You apologize, and you try to fix it. Now, I'm no genius, I'm no prophet, I'm no God, I'm no nothing. I'm just a simple human being, as basic as you can get. How did I get to those reasonings? By analyzing my mistakes and what it was doing when I was apologizing and saying I'm sorry, and what it was doing when I was not acknowledging my mistakes and not apologizing. And I can tell you that 100% of the time that I didn't apologize and I didn't acknowledge my mistakes, it didn't work. It just got worse. Now, I do believe that the truth always comes out. The good ones always win. And if you do good, you will get back good. And if you do bad, you will get back bad. You get what you give. In French, we have a saying that says, tu récoltes ce que tu sèmes. So, basically, that's just my little trick. And probably many people did that before, and maybe many people do it, and maybe many people don't care about who I am, what I say, or they're going to say, oh, well, me, I do this, and yeah, good, do whatever you have to do. We have all free will. That means we can all do whatever we want. You can say that this is beep, shit, or you can say that this is irrelevant, or you can do and say whatever you want. You don't even have to listen to this message. And you can throw it in the garbage, or you can forward it, or you can write me a thank you note, or you can send me to hell before G-Day, Judgment Day. That's okay. A lot of people in my friends and families, they always think that, actually, they can never acknowledge that I said something and just say, yeah, you're right. It's like, it's impossible for them to say, yeah, you're right. They always have to never say, yes, you're right, but say, me, I think, me, I... Okay, whatever. Why can't you just say, yes, you're right, Jean-François? I don't know. Actually, I do know why it's like that, but you might be one of those people, and you will have to say, yes, but whatever. If you can take this message and make something good out of it, just go ahead and do it. If you don't like it, make your own. And the reason why I have the Canadian flag and the Quebec flag and the gay flag is because those are some of the flags that represent me. But there should be the Montreal flag, there should be the Black people flag, there should be the Catholic flag, there should be many flags. We all have different stickers that stick to us. And even though we don't want to have stickers, people feel more comfortable when they put you in a little box to know what you are, who you are, where you're coming from, and then they can deal with you. If they don't know where you're from, what you did, and they're like, no, they want to throw it away right away. Once again, do whatever you want with this. If you want to use it, oh, by the way, this mirror, I've started using this since the 27th of February 2017 because it was the day that I had a mass said for my grandmother who passed away 3 years ago. And this mirror was in her belongings that I inherited. And my grandmother, Cécile Plante, who was born in Massachusetts but is a Canadian, you don't lie to this lady. You don't try to lie to this lady. So for me to say anything wrong looking at this mirror would be like looking for trouble from her, and God knows where she is. She can make my life a miserable hell anytime, as much as she wants, until I say yes, Grandma. So that's my mirror that I use, but I can use any mirror. I can use a hand mirror. I can use the washroom mirror. I can use my room mirror, but I use a mirror. Why? Because, like I said, to say it in the air, yeah, right. But if you look at yourself in the mirror, usually you will see if you blink or not, and if you look away or not. Now, you can keep on lying to yourself if you don't agree or like what you see. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do whatever you want. Or you can use this tool to fix things so that the last day, if this guy comes up with his beard and his Jesus and Mahomet and St. Peter and the whole shebang are there, if you have done this every day of your life, starting now, and fixed it as you were going along, when you will try to open heaven's door with your key, the house will have been looked at throughout the years and throughout the days and throughout the weeks. And there's a good chance that the key will fit, you will turn, and the door will open. Whether it is heaven, whether it is nirvana, whether it is whatever you think, or even if you think that when you die, poof, turn the light off, over, and you start disintegrating in your tomb, or you burn because you incinerated yourself or whatever. We don't care. But I do think that this is a tool that might make things easy. It's like an accountant. If you do the accounting every month or every day or every week, and then you bring it to the accountant, he has much less work to do. And if you've done a good bookkeeping, he will say, good job, I love. And even if you made mistakes, he's going to go like, okay, you made a mistake there, we're going to fix it, but most of it is really good. So, okay, now you can send this to your income tax, revenue, and all this, and just like an accountant. But this is what you do if you did good or if you did bad, if you helped somebody or not, or if you at least just took care of yourself. This is a good start. Now, of course, you always have to think that you have to think of yourself first. Everybody has to do that, even a mother. In a plane, when you take the plane, there's always the say, like the belt and the exits and all of it, blah, blah. But then there's the oxygen mask speech. What do they say? They say, if you are accompanying or with a minor, put on the mask first and then help the child. If you do the contrary, you put him his mask and you fall, you have many chances of both dying. But if you do take care of yourself and the child falls asleep or unconscious while you are putting yourself, at least you are still up and can help him. It is the same thing in life. You have to take care of yourself first. It's not a question of being selfish or self-centered. It's a question of priority. You cannot help anybody if you are not standing up. You cannot help anybody if you fell down. You have, and nobody will help you, nobody will do anything for you. You have to do your things for yourself first, and then if you have time, and if you can, and if you want, you help others. That's the way it is. Even if it's your mother, the natural way of things is that the parents, they do their thing, they help their children, and then eventually the children, they help their children. And if they have time, they can help the parents, but they have to die and they have to look at what's coming up and what's going after. And if they can help the parents, good. But if they can't, to the risk of putting their children's life in danger for taking care of the parents, no. It's the children, or yourself. Yourself first. It's not a question of being selfish. It's not a question of being self-centered. It's a question of analyzing the priorities of your life. And you are the main actor of your life. You are the main character of your life. You are the most important person of your life. And so am I. So I love my mother, but if I can't help myself, sorry Mom, I don't have time. I have things to do. If I have time and I can, I will help her, no problem. But if I can't, sorry, find somebody else. And that's not mean. That's natural life. Anyway, so once again, I'm looking at this mirror and I'm asking myself, was I good making this message? Yes or no? Yes, I think that this is a good message. Do I think it's going to help people? I do hope it's going to help people. I think it helps me in the first place because I verbalized what I'm thinking. Just that helps. That's why Robinson Crusoe had Friday on his island. That's why Tom Hanks had, what's the name of the ball? Wilson in Castaway. You need validation. What you can give yourself validation in a mirror. So, good luck.